Welcome back to the Playlist Push YouTube channel. It's George, your host. We're back, and today we're talking about how to become a music curator. Before we get into that, let's discuss what it really takes and why you'd want to get into this in the first place. If you want to be a music curator, you really need to have a passion for music. A lot of people that come to the website and they want to sign up, they want to be a curator, they want to get paid, but in reality, you need to have the passion of music and you need to enjoy that more than anything. Otherwise, you're just going to fizzle out, get burned out, not be excited about it, and have a tough time monetizing your playlist. Having a passion also goes along with not just being in it for the money. So if you can build a good-sized audience, you can become a music curator. There's a lot of things that can lead to that other than just getting paid for having a playlist. So it's important to not just be in it for the money, because same thing, you're just going to burn out. You're not going to be excited about it, and you're going to get bored of it. A great thing about becoming a music curator is it can lead to a lot of other opportunities. So if you want to become someone who works in the music business, if you want to launch a career in the music business, becoming a curator is a really good place to start. Because then you have something of value, you have taste, and a lot of labels and creative parts of the music business are going to value that. If you have creative chops, if you have taste, and you can tap into different cultures and know what's going on. That's super important. The next piece is you want to really niche down. Years ago, there was a lot of these big playlists, and everyone wanted to get on the big playlists, and that was kind of the major key. But now it's really about having a specific niche you can tap into, because it's easier to get people to follow along with that because you have some differentiation. You don't just have top 100 pop songs or junk playlists like that. And the more niche you are, the more you can tap into an audience and an actual community that enjoys that type of music. That's something to also keep in mind. Also, if you're an artist, being a curator, owning a playlist, or having your own channel for music curation is a great way to promote your own music. It's a good way to connect yourself with other artists you can collaborate with. It's a good way to get on the radar of labels and different agencies and management companies that are looking to get more listeners for their artists. So it's a great way to just grow your brand as an artist or music curator yourself. So there's a few different ways you can grow and become a curator. Number one is going to be based mainly on SEO. So you're basically tapping into keywords and things that people are searching for, and that's how they're finding you. That's great, but that can come with peaks and valleys and not really lead to having a consistent audience. If you grow on the social side, which is totally different, you have a social media account such as TikTok, which is a great way to become a curator. There's a lot of people on Playlist Push that started on TikTok by advertising and making interesting videos about the music they're sharing or the playlist they're creating. So once you start to build up an audience, create a social channel, and you have people following you, it's good to have that anchor point because they're always going to come back to you and look to you. It's not as fickle as just an SEO playlist where you're cashing in on certain trends or search terms that are popping up now, but might be virtually non-existent in 4 to 6 months. So it's good to have that audience. And then once you have that audience, you're going to want to start taking submissions. So there's 2 different ways you can do this. You can have free submissions where artists can send you their music. It's a really good way to just kind of open a wide net and connect yourself with a lot of artists, but can become extremely overwhelming. So a good thing to do is to take paid submissions on a platform like Playlist Push, where we send you music, you review it, and we pay you to review that music. You want to share that artist, you can. That's fine. Everybody wins. You get to discover new artists, and the artist gets to benefit from being on your playlist, and you can create a one-on-one connection with that person. Also, it's good to keep in mind if you're a curator, one playlist is not enough. It's nice to have one really big playlist, but it's actually better to have a bunch of smaller playlists. It opens you up to more different categories, more people you can tap into, different audiences, and they can all kind of be in different niches as long as it's kind of in the same ecosystem or as long as it fits along with your brand as a curator. Everyone should know this at this point. You should never charge for submissions. That's a really good way to kill your playlist. If you're just taking money to put a song on a playlist, it's also strictly against a lot of Spotify's terms. And it's really just going to kill your playlist if you're just basically pimping it out for placements. It's not going to learn until you grow in the playlist, and especially if you're forcing songs onto the list that don't fit with your brand and it's not something you really enjoy. The next thing you can do is you can start a YouTube channel. So it's good to start a YouTube channel, whether you're either reviewing artists, talking about the type of playlist you're creating, or the type of different cultural movements, micro niches, things that are popping up that you're interested in. Sharing that stuff on YouTube is going to tap into that community even more. And it's nice to have that channel you can come back to promote and create new playlists and get that out to a solid audience. The next piece is when you're a music curator or playlist curator, you can start creating these personal relationships. You start meeting artists, you start meeting management companies. Before you know it, you have a network of people that work in the music business, and you can upstream that into an actual job in the music business. So let's say you're a curator, you're not making that much money, you're making maybe 500 or $1,000 a month, but that could connect you with the right people that's going to leapfrog you in front of all these people that want to start a career in the entertainment business. And I've seen it happen time and time again. A lot of these people that have taste, labels, management companies, they tap into it, they see the value, and they'll hire you to work at their company. So it's a great way to get your music career business off the ground. The last thing I would say, and this is the biggest thing that people struggle with, is just staying consistent. Consistently updating the playlist, finding new songs, and also creating new playlists that you can feed your audience. Staying consistent is super important when it comes to being a curator. Staying consistent, not just updating the playlist, but also updating your community, your YouTube channel, social media like TikTok, things like that. Staying consistent so you're always feeding people with new content. That's pretty much it, guys. If you have any questions on how to be a curator, let us know. Comments below. Thanks for tuning in.